Now on Daybreak, a husband and wife are dead in what police describe as a murder-suicide. We'll tell you everything we know so far.
We're looking at another cold morning. Wind chills are below zero right now. Storm Track 8's Randy Alice is looking at our next chance for snow and when those temperatures might start to warm up.
Food and Drug Administration is calling out retailers that illegally sell e-cigarettes to children, and they're naming some of the biggest violators.
News 8's Daybreak starts now.
Good morning and welcome. 6 o'clock sharp on your Tuesday, 5th of March.
We won't waste your time. We're going to get right to what you need to know to get your day going. Stephanie Mead is looking at traffic. We'll hear from her in a moment.
Let's jump in first forecast. Randy Alice joins us now. 10 degrees to start. Where are we heading from there?
Yeah, we're going to climb up here into around 20 degrees, but unlike yesterday, today we'll have more clouds and a few flurries too.
Okay.
But no accumulation for traveling, should be okay. Outside right now, Hoosier Park in Anderson, and can see some traffic in the background. Some clouds, temperature in Anderson at 10 degrees above zero. Downtown right now, good visibility, not much in the way of fog out there. 10 degrees here in the city, a southwest wind 11 miles an hour, and our feels like temperature 5 degrees below zero. Temperatures elsewhere, 9 Shelbyville, 6 Bloomington, 7 Bedford, and 7 degrees up around Kokomo. You factor in the wind, and it feels like -5 here in Shelbyville, 11 below Kokomo, and it feels like 4 below in Lafayette, also into the Muncie area. So our school bus forecast for the day ahead here today, again, by midday or so, maybe a few flurries, 9 degrees this morning. We'll stick in our chance of flurries at lunchtime, 16 degrees, and then mostly cloudy, breezy, cold this afternoon. Kids come back home, our temperature right around 20 degrees. Our satellite picture radar composite map does show a little disturbance coming down across parts of Michigan, northern Illinois. That is heading southeastbound. Kind of another reinforcing shot of cold air that is going to spread down across the Ohio Valley. I do want to jump ahead. This is during the day on Thursday. We'll get off to a dry start, but here it comes, a band of snow. That's going to arrive here Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and then end early on Friday. I think we'll have some accumulations here, so stay with us. We'll tell you how much snow may fall. And also big changes for the weekend, perhaps some rain, some thunderstorms. All this coming up here, Steph, in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Randy. Sounds active. Let's take a look at our forecast, or our roadways here this morning. This is a look at I-465 and I-69, the on and off ramps to get in and out of the northeast side from the I-465 loop, and it looks great there. We're seeing a few issues closer to downtown, just west of I-65, getting into the North Split this morning. We had an earlier fire here off of Vermont and Spring Street, rather, and it is blocking some lanes here of New York Street heading eastbound. One lane currently blocked right now at College Avenue due to some fire truck activity there, so keep that in mind. Might be just a touch slower. Hopefully they get that cleaned up within the upcoming hour. I-465 near White River was showing a pretty decent picture. Roadways are staying dry. Our northeast side drive times right now not looking too bad. We have 69 from 116th Street to I-465 at a 5-minute commute. Allisonville Road from 116th to Fall Creek, just shy of a 20-minute drive. Then Keystone Parkway from Carmel to Fall Creek at a 14-minute morning commute.
Sounds like a quick morning. Stephanie, thank you. Developing now, a husband and wife are dead in what police are calling a murder-suicide. Police in Indianapolis say they got a call around 5 yesterday afternoon from East Sumner Avenue. We're showing you the east side home where IMPD says a relative discovered the deaths.
It's never easy for a family member to find this or witness this or see any part of this, and I'm sure that throughout everything it'll take time for them to heal.
The coroner's office will release the names of the man and woman once all family is notified. Police have not said anything about the circumstances around the possible murder-suicide.
Students at Butler University are talking about the words white power found on campus. We told you yesterday on Daybreak that someone found the message over the weekend on a dry erase board at Atherton Union. The vice president for student affairs condemned the message on Twitter, calling it hate speech. The student we spoke with says the message goes far deeper than what was written on the board.
Words have power not just because we allow them to, but they have power because of the historical context that they exist in and the way in which those words are utilized. And so if you want words to hurt, they're going to.
Administrators say they found the message in a room next to the Diversity Center. They're asking anyone who might know anything about the message to contact them. Administrators are also working on what they're calling a campus climate survey to gauge how students feel about inclusion at Butler.
Aerial pictures in Alabama show a foundation slab where a home once stood, and now the toothpicks that were once that house. This morning, search and rescue teams will be out looking for missing people. Alabama officials say 3 children are among the 23 people who died. The tornado moved from Alabama to Georgia on Sunday. Officials say Lee County was hit the hardest. The community is right at the Georgia border. The National Weather Service says that the EF4 had winds estimated at 170 miles per hour. It left a trail of destruction almost a mile wide. Dozens of people are reported missing. Officials expect the death toll to rise.
It's very devastating. It's probably the worst disaster that I've been involved with in my county here.
We lost children, mothers, fathers, neighbors, and friends.
Alabama's governor says she signed an expedited major destruction declaration asking the president to approve immediate assistance.
It's 5 minutes after 6. The Food and Drug Administration is calling out retailers for selling e-cigarettes to minors.
The agency is also listing names as part of a new crackdown on sales of tobacco products to kids. News 8's Katie Wisely explains how the FDA is moving forward. Katie?
Good morning. Monday, the FDA said they're sending letters to more than 40 companies wanting information about more than 50 products that are being illegally marketed. One of the top violators, Walgreens. Just yesterday, a top regulator said the popular drugstore sells tobacco products like cigarettes, smokeless tobacco, and e-cigarettes. Since 2010, inspectors found 1,800 instances where Walgreens violated the law. A Walgreens spokesman said they're willing to meet with the FDA and they prohibit tobacco sales to minors, and those employees who have violated the policy would be fired. Their big rival, CVS, removed tobacco from shelves years ago. Now the FDA acknowledges Walgreens isn't alone. In total, they have identified 15 national retail chains who have violated inspections. For example, Walmart, Kroger, Marathon, and BP. Now, part of the Youth Tobacco Prevention Plan is to target companies engaged in kid-friendly marketing. We're about to show you an image here on your screen right there. The FDA found a company selling e-liquids used in e-cigarettes that resembled cereal. More than 1 million tobacco retailer inspections have been conducted, which resulted in more than 81,000 warning letters to retailers. Now, I've been following this story for quite some time. High schools across the area have said juuling is a constant problem at the school, even admitting the bathroom is the juul room, where students hide out in between classes or bathroom breaks to vape. Now, we've also heard that the FDA will soon announce next steps in their initiative to end youth access to flavored tobacco products.
Katie, thank you. 7 minutes after 6 right now. In more local news, Indianapolis police are again asking for your opinion about body cameras. IMPD is holding several listening sessions this week as the department works toward a test program and eventually a permanent plan for body cams. The city announced earlier this month it'll test out different types of body cameras for 60 days. In last night's session, City County Councilor Jefferson Shreve says it's important to learn from other cities that already have the cams.
Some of the rookie mistakes have been made. We can learn from those without repeating them. It will make a difference in public safety. It makes a difference in the way our police officers may comport themselves. It makes a difference in the way our citizens may interact with our police. We've got to figure this out.
The next listening session is 5:30 this evening at the Ursay Family YMCA at Cityway.
It is 6:07. Today is Fat Tuesday, and local bakeries know that means high demand that's been growing for Mardi Gras traditions.
Joe Malillo joins us live from Taylor's Bakery, and I understand you're getting a little hands-on this year, Joe?
Yeah. Today we are very hands-on. I wanted to turn the tide a little bit, and Jeff's here to help us from Taylor's Bakery. Now, Bob last hour showed me how to braid it, and we cooked it, and now it's iced and ready for me to decorate. But what are the donuts? But they're not donuts. They're called something else.
They're called puchkis.
Puchkis, and it's a Polish donut.
Yeah.
And it's on Fat Tuesday as well. People love them.
Yes. We do lemon, apple, cinnamon, and then we have a regular raspberry and Bavarian.
All right, well, let's try to fill it, because this is an important thing. All right, I'm going to try to fill these puchkis. Now, puchkis, they're Polish and they're made with special dough. How do I do this?
That's already filled.
Oh, that one's already filled.
That was our practice.
All right, and just stick it in.
Stick it in there.
Right.
Halfway in there.
Yep, and then
press on that.
Okay.
And pull it out.
And that's it.
That's it.
Okay. See, already I'm getting good at this. Fat Tuesday. It's known for, obviously, the king cake and the three colors, purple, green, and yellow. What did you say, yellow on the top? Or
green on the top.
Okay, green on the top. This is for Daybreak crew, guys. This one's for Daybreak.
You got to put a lot of sugar on that thing.
Yeah. And then little.
A little
Yep. Oh, yeah. Now we're looking like a real There it is. There's a good king cake.
Got it.
And then you guys package them up. And we make it look good. And you guys, how many do you put out a year, do you think?
600.
500-600.
Yeah, probably more than that.
Yeah. Listen, I saw a bunch going out to yachts today.
Yeah.
I mean, a ton. So, and again, the whole point of this is, you know, Fat Tuesday, it's a Mardi Gras tradition, and for some reason, people in Indiana just love it, and Taylor's Bakery makes it every year for everybody. So this year, next year, it'll be the same. It'll be probably more, and there's the baby and some Mardi Gras beads, and we are ready to go. So if you wanted to see how it's made, there it is, start to finish, a little poochkies too as well. So everybody, I hope everybody enjoys their Fat Tuesday. Come back next hour, we'll be back here.
Good. We'll let everybody see what else Joe gets his hands into.
And if you're wondering, Taylor's makes the baby optional, so they give it to you outside of the cake, and you can throw it in there.
Will they put it in there for you if you want, or?
I think they just go ahead and pre-package it
and
with,
then
the
one
beads
person
and a baby
will
in
know.
there. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
On site, the decision's made.
That's right.
6:10 right now.
A Florida school board is voting today on a superintendent's future after a school shooting left 17 people dead. Coming up, why one member is pushing for him to be fired.
Also, senators from both sides of the aisle are frustrated with the Trump administration over the Jamal Khashoggi killing. Ahead on Daybreak, what senators are calling a new briefing from the administration.
And weather-wise, here's another cold morning across the area this morning. In fact, check out the numbers right now. 7 degrees in Zionsville, Upper and Carmel, 11 degrees. Fishers, 10 right now. Jamestown, 8 degrees. Could have a few snow flurries. We'll time that out in my forecast.
You're watching Wish TV, your local news source, with Scott Sander, Kylie Conway, Drew Blair, and meteorologists Randy Ollis and Stephanie Mead. Now, News 8's Daybreak continues.
It is 6:14 live look on downtown Indianapolis this morning. It is 10 degrees outside and another breeze, so we're flirting with temperatures that are in the single digits, if not worse. We'll continue to follow Randy's forecast. Still this segment, a full forecast coming up for him. Not just what's happening today, but as we work ever toward the weekend. When will the warm-up begin? New on Daybreak, Democrats in the U.S. House have a new resolution condemning anti-Semitism. They plan to introduce it Wednesday. The measure comes after controversial comments from Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar. She recently suggested that supporters of Israel are pushing an allegiance to a foreign country. Omar apologized for some of her words, but says she will continue to challenge America's policy toward Israel. The new resolution will mark the second time this year the House will vote on a resolution condemning anti-Semitism.
Happening today, a Florida school board is set to decide whether to fire its superintendent over the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School massacre. One newly elected board member is the mother of one of the victims killed in February last year. Lori Al-Hadef introduced the measure to dismiss Robert Runcie. Al-Hadef says Runcie has a history of leadership failures and says other victims' families also want him fired. But a majority of members have said he's improved the district's academic standing since his hiring in 2011. Supporters say the shooting was not caused by his policies. Senators will vote on blocking President Trump's national emergency declaration for a border wall. That's new word from the Senate's leader. Yesterday, Mitch McConnell acknowledged opponents of the declaration have enough votes to block the move. The vote is expected to take place later this month before Congress goes on break. The resolution already passed in the House. President Trump says if the Senate blocks the national emergency, he will veto it.
Hillary Clinton will not run for president in 2020. She ended months of speculation Monday in an interview with a New York television station. Clinton lost the 2016 vote to Donald Trump. She says she will work to help other Democrats who do plan to run. Several senators are frustrated after a closed-door session about the Jamal Khashoggi killing. Two Trump administration officials briefed the Senate Foreign Relations Committee about the death of the Washington Post columnist, who was also an Indiana State alum. Khashoggi was killed in a Saudi Arabian consulate in Istanbul, Turkey last year. New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez, the top Democrat on the panel, called the briefing a farce and said the president still must give Congress concrete answers. Several Republicans on the committee echoed that frustration.
Let's get you outside. Yes, Fat Tuesday. We just showed you Taylor's Bakery, and we talked about those colors, purple, green, and yellow or gold, whichever one you want to call it. IPL building is feeling Mardi Gras on Fat Tuesday festive. By the way, those colors stand for justice, faith, and power.
All right. Learned something new.
Some little history lessons for you.
It's Cold Tuesday.
Yes.
Whatever your faith or fashion, you know. 10 degrees outside, Rand.
Yep.
Cold Tuesday, cold Monday, cold Wednesday, cold Thursday here. But I think by the weekend, guys, we're going to see highs here in the 50s on Saturday, but rain and some thunderstorms here too. So lots going on. Let's show you outside right now on this Tuesday. 10 degrees at the airport. A little breezy, a southwest wind 11 miles an hour. Feels like temperature 5 degrees below zero. Outside here, let's go ahead and check the numbers for you. Wind speeds 12 miles an hour here, 13 Muncie, 16 miles an hour in Kokomo. We put on the temperatures 8 in Lafayette, 9 back out around Terre Haute, 6 degrees Bloomington, 7 degrees Kokomo, and the wind chill factors below zero in many spots. Feels like -5 here in Shelbyville, -4 Muncie, Lafayette, and the lowest wind chill, Kokomo, you're at 11 degrees below zero. So as we head through the day today, may have a few flurries midday or so. 8 o'clock, 10 degrees by noontime. Chance of flurries 18, and by 4 o'clock, 20. The wind chills here should edge above that zero mark as we head into and through this afternoon. Highs today, lower half of the 20s, 20 here in the city, 21 Muncie, 24 Bloomington, 25 this afternoon. That comes in from Bedford. So our forecast high 20. Average high 47 degrees, so 27 degrees below normal, and the record high 75, now set back in 1983. Our Sally picture indicates a few patchy clouds. There's a little disturbance back out here in northern Illinois, parts of Michigan. That's a little trough of low pressure, and that is diving quickly southeastbound. Not a lot of moisture with it, so as we head through the day today, there may be a few flurries around midday or so. 6 p.m. tonight, 20, 10 o'clock, 18 degrees. By midnight, our temperature right around 16 degrees. Lows here tomorrow morning, heading back down to 10 here in the city, 12 Muncie, 13 Bloomington, and 13 degrees tomorrow morning into the Columbus area. Wednesday, not bad. We'll have some sunshine around, a few clouds out there, and temperatures are going to gradually warm up here a little bit as we head for the next several days. Not a massive warming trend, but highs tomorrow, 32 here in the city, 27 in Muncie, and 30 degrees in Bloomington, 31 tomorrow down into the Columbus area. Thursday, got to watch out. We'll get off to a dry start, so the morning drive should be okay. And then Thursday afternoon, right there, a band of snow is going to streak out across a good part of central Indiana. The afternoon drive may be another story here come Thursday evening. Snow coming on down. And I think the snow will continue Thursday night, probably taper off here early Friday morning. Snowfall potential, not a lot of snow again, This is our latest computer model. It's been out about 1.5 to 2.5 inches of snow. So I think riding through here about a 1 to 3 inch band of snowfall. And again, that'll start Thursday afternoon, and that should end come early Friday morning here. Chapman, heating, cooling, and plumbing 8-day forecast. On the weekend here, another storm comes in. 52 degrees on Saturday. I think Saturday afternoon and night, some rain, maybe some thunderstorms here too. I'll have to wait and see if we have any strong thunderstorms. And then Sunday, windy, turning colder. We have a morning high 50, then falling temperatures during the day, maybe a few sprinkles. Don't forget Saturday night, set your clocks ahead 1 hour here. So yeah, you're going to lose an hour of sleep here come Saturday night. Monday will keep it dry, highs near 40, and then a new storm comes in. I think rain and maybe some thunder will return again by later Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. So there it is, Steph. I think Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, about a 1 to 3 inch band of snowfall.
So busy for us Friday mornings, what it boils down to.
I hope so. Yeah,
all right.
I love it.
Thank you, Rand. Let's head out on the roadways here this morning. Fairly quiet for a lot of commuters. If you're coming in from the northwest side and you use Michigan Road near I-465, pretty good picture here. Volume is picking up. This is looking eastbound, so westbound lanes of I-465. A bit more volume than eastbound lanes, but everyone moving at a good pace, and also road conditions are mainly dry for the time being. We have a few new issues here. New accident on the southeast side. We'll get you updated on here in the upcoming minutes. We still have a hazard off of Vermont Street and Spring Street that does have a little bit of a partial closure here near New York and College Avenue. One lane heading eastbound of New York Street is currently closed because of that, so keep that in mind if you're a downtown commuter. I-65 near the Hendricks County line looking northbound here, so north and southbound lanes moving good. We have a lot of volume over here this morning, but we shouldn't have any issues in our drive times coming in from the northwest side. Everything's still light right now. 65 from Zionsville, Whitestown to Indy. Your average speed pushing 60 miles an hour, making for a 16-minute drive. Zionsville Road from Main Street to 62nd Street at a 10-minute commute. And then Michigan Road from Zionsville to I-65, quick commute there of just a half an hour.
Stephanie, thank you. 6:21 right now, still 10 degrees. Coming up in less than 10 minutes, Eli Lilly and Company has announced a cheaper insulin option. We broke that news for you on Daybreak ahead, why some are still concerned about the cost. Before that, a man from London appears to be free of the virus that leads to AIDS. Details on a stem cell transplant for another illness that may have helped with his HIV. 6:24 here on Daybreak. AIDS researchers are touting a landmark achievement. They say a stem cell transplant has helped a man in London become HIV-free. Researchers published the findings online yesterday. The patient was diagnosed with HIV in 2003. The patient developed cancer later and had stem cell transplant to treat the cancer in 2016. The donor also had a genetic mutation that confers a natural resistance to HIV. The researchers say the transplant effectively changed the HIV patient's immune system, giving him that resistance as well. It is the second such success that researchers have now reported. Today, Congress is set to hear testimony about the return of the measles. Health leaders from Washington State will testify in front of a Senate committee. Washington is one of several states reporting cases. The CDC says at least 206 cases have been reported nationwide this year, including 47 new cases confirmed in the last week. Cases were reported in 11 states, including Illinois and Kentucky near us. So far, though, there are no cases reported in Indiana. Another new study has found no connection between the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine and autism. The study of some 650,000 children in Denmark was published yesterday. The lead researcher says the work found the MMR vaccine does not raise the risk of autism and does not trigger autism in children already at risk. The World Health Organization has ranked parent reluctance or refusal to vaccinate children as a top 10 threat to global health this year. 6:25, still 10 degrees, Randy Alice. It'd be nice to see a bounce back, but probably not much of one today.
Yeah, we may climb up around 20, maybe the lower 20s here, Scott, this afternoon, but also a few flurries coming in. However, on Thursday, a better chance of snow. That's going to arrive here, it looks like, probably come Thursday afternoon, right there. And we're talking about accumulating snow. I'll tell you how much in my latest forecast.
And as lawmakers press for answers on medication costs, Eli Lilly and Company announces a new option for diabetes patients. Ahead on Daybreak, how much it will cost those who need insulin.